the topic of contracts. The concept of contracts is Burns' concept, which really establishes the difference between transaction analysis and psychoanalysis, because for transaction analysis, and this idea has been picked up by all kinds of other methods now, cognitive and cognitive therapy, that you establish at the very beginning with the client's adult, since we talk about three equal states, with the client's adult, what it is we're going to work with, because the client always starts with some kind of a magic assumption about what the therapist can do. And you can have transference going on and a relationship going on between the therapist and the patient, and the therapist and the patient or the client going on and on and on and on and on without any formulated goals. And that can be quite harmful to the client. This was what I used to have this was the kind of transference relationship I had with my patients when I was working psychoanalytically, and this is what exhausted me in the end, although the clients themselves were perfectly happy with the therapy. They were perfectly happy racketeering on and on and on. So I consider it very important to make a contract. But now I have elaborated the concept of contract to the concept of three-cornered contract, which is related to the idea when one is hired to do a certain kind of work. For instance, a teacher working with students may be hired by the organization or by the school system or whatever it is. So I added the concept of three-cornered contract to the concept of contract.
Yeah, thanks.
The way I developed the concept of the three-cornered contract is that I was hired by the Gestalt Institute to do a workshop in Germany, and I had negotiated a very good contract for myself with the Gestalt Institute about what I would be paid for the particular workshop, but I was not aware of the fact that the participants had been quoted a price, a figure for the workshop, which included their room and board. When they went to the assigned place for the workshop, they found that their room was very unsatisfactory, cold, and the food they were being given was unsatisfactory too. And they held me responsible for it because the total price had been negotiated for the whole works. And as a result of that very frustrating experience, which started out very badly but ended up very well because we ended up discovering a new concept, I went back home and wrote out this idea that when you establish a work contract, you have to be very clear as to what has been promised to the participants. And the concept of the three-cornered contract, done as a triangle, is that up above are the organizers, in this instance the Gestalt Institute. On one end of the contract is me, on the other end are the participants, and they have a contract with the Gestalt, or specifically I say the gods, the organizers, the gods, and would have been important for me in advance to have known what was negotiated between the participants and the organizers, because otherwise I would be held responsible for various aspects of the plan or the workshop that I had no work participation with whom I had not negotiated. So I wrote this up in 20 minutes out of frustration about that situation and published it. It was published in the TA Journal as a one-page article, and to my great surprise, right afterwards I got letters from General Electric and from the US Navy asking for permission to reprint the concept, which seemed to me so elementary I couldn't believe that they hadn't thought about that before. Anyway, I gave them the permission. This became a part of their training manuals. And then this got translated into German, and this has now been quoted and is a part of training for all kinds of professionals learning work, and I've been given a lot of credit for this three-cornered contract.
So, okay, thank you.